Starting off with a chicken and bacon wrap and a low protein yogurt. It's meant to be a rest day today, but I'm a bit frustrated with yesterday's session. I feel like my boxing's taken a massive step backwards. My fitness and stuff's good and I'm getting a lot of sessions, but yeah, like I said, the technique yesterday I wasn't happy with. I thought I was static on my feet, heavy, slow, lethargic. So today I'm just spending a bit of time shadowboxing, and it's probably the best boxing exercise just to work solely on technique is shadowboxing, because you can't get distracted focusing on power. You can't get, distracted on focusing on landing an opponent. It's literally just you simulating a scenario in your head, which at first does seem like a bit of a weird concept. It was really weird and hard for me to shadowbox for the first year or two, if I'm completely honest, because you don't really know your defenses, you don't really know what you're doing, and you can feel like a little bit of a pillock, if I'm honest. But once you start to kind of understand the sport and understand how everything works and links together, it's probably one of the most important things you can do to improve boxing, because if you shadow box, you can't get distracted trying to land power. You can't get distracted like you do in sparring and carried away with fighting. It forces you time and time again to work on the fundamentals, getting the feet right, getting the hands up, throwing shots good, throwing them fast, throwing them sharp, defending, moving, constantly working on angles. And then you're thinking as well, so you should be thinking of a defense before you throw a shot. So if you're throwing a jab, you'll slip, parry, lean back, do something. There's no sense in not using a defense. So you defend, throw, defend, move your head off the center line, and you just build it up. The more you do it, the more you practice, the better you obviously become. So for me, I just wanted to work on stuff because, like I said, I felt a bit like my confidence in terms of my technique and stuff has just dropped a little bit in the last week or so, because I feel like my boxing technique has slightly dropped off because I've probably been putting a bit of a focus on fitness and, endurance and things like that. I mean, also there's probably an element of being a little bit fatigued and stuff as well. I think I didn't eat great yesterday. I didn't eat anything all day. Then I ate obviously McDonald's at night, which wasn't the healthiest. But you just got to keep going with these things. There's been a bit of stuff going on with work, and it's been a bit busy and a bit stressful. And if anything, I'm in a little bit of a slightly lower motivation period where I've been kind of training now quite hard for about 2 months. And like I said, the fight's in another month. So I need to avoid, getting too distracted, but also need to avoid getting too mentally drained, constantly, pushing myself and thinking about the fight. It's kind of, I need a week or two now of good respite. Well, not even 2, 3 weeks. And then after that, start to dial in and get in the zone for a fight. But yeah, obviously back to today, just working on shadowboxing. And all I'm working on is staying on my toes, keeping my head moving, keeping my hands moving, and just working on the fundamentals and doing things properly. And that's, when it comes to it, boxing matches aren't won or lost with fancy tricks. They're won or lost using the fundamentals well, using the jab, having defense, moving your head, moving your feet. It's all of these things that, if you start to get too much into fitness, or you start to focus too much on fancy tricks and angles and pivots and side steps and combos, you can forget the fundamentals, and all of a sudden you can find yourself taking a step back as a boxer, and you actually become significantly worse because you realize that you're not using your jab, you're not measuring your range well, you're sometimes lunging in, leading with hooks, looking for power shots when they're not on, and then getting caught on the counter. So it's always a good thing if anyone's ever struggling for form, or struggling to box well, or lacking in confidence. I always think the best thing to do is just get back to the basics, get back to the fundamentals, and like I said, just get the feet moving, just start working everything behind the jab, get the hands back up, nice tight defense, move the head, and then just build the confidence back up. So simulate a sparring scenario, simulate a fight, slip, counter, lean back, counter, step across, throw a shot. The possibilities are endless. So yeah, I've done that today, and then I'm going to just chill out for the rest of the evening because I've got a double session tomorrow. So yeah, that's about it really. Like I said, just feeling a bit, mentally not the best about things at the minute. I think I said maybe just woken up on the wrong side of a bed. Had a bad session yesterday, ate some crap yesterday. Just feeling a little bit lethargic, but like I said, these days don't last. And as soon as you feel bad, next thing you know, you feel good again and your momentum picks back up. Try and get some healthy food in because obviously yesterday wasn't very nutritious. And yeah, then we'll have a big training session tomorrow. Then when we got finished, we had some dinner, and then we followed it up afterwards with a protein stack and a little Mars ice cream.